How do we reconcile a constrained worldview? No solutions, only trade-offs. The free market's ability to solve novel challenges. Does the free market just pick the best options? Yeah, I mean, I think when you have the constrained view, that's the conclusion that you come to is the free market is the best bad option we've got. It's not perfect. It's going to make mistakes. It's going to create inequality at times. I would argue it's going to create less inequality than any other system. But we have to look at history and say, okay, well, what's the best we've done based on the fact that we are limited by our own faults and the fact that we live in an imperfect world. And so you have to kind of put all your eggs in the basket of the system that is most, what's the right word I'm looking for? That's the most, I guess, the system that complements the way we are hardwired as human beings to the greatest degree. I think that's the best way I can say it. And so that is free market capitalism, because it allows each and every one of us to pursue our own self-interests and the interests of our family first and foremost. And regardless of whether we like it or not, that's just the way we're hardwired as human beings. So if you try to implement any other system that doesn't prioritize that first and foremost, you're going to get a suboptimal system, just the way it is. So by having that constrained view, you look at the system that's done the best, the least imperfect system, the system that complements our hardwiring as human beings, and you say, this is as good as we got. So if we've got a problem, we're going to have to allow the free market to solve it. And if the free market can't solve it, then we just have to live with the consequences, because you know what it's like? It's like having, let's say you've got a baseball team and you're the baseball coach. Let's say it's a little league team, and you've got bottom of the ninth inning or whatever it is, and it's your last at bat, and you have to get a base hit. What are you going to do? You're going to, let's just assume that you could choose any batter for the pinch hit or whatever. You're going to put in your best batter. And are they going to strike out? Maybe. Are they going to hit a home run? Maybe. But that's the best you got. So you've just got to you got to say, okay, the free market system is the best batter we have. And so if it's a tight game, bottom of the ninth, then we're just gonna put our faith in that one batter, because that's as good as we can do. And then we just live with the consequences. And that's very difficult for people to, well, reconcile, to use your word. It's very difficult for them to live with, because they want to have some sort of system that guarantees us solutions. And, again, based on our imperfections, we just intuitively, it makes the most sense that to have a centralized system, that is the best we can do, because we're making a conscious effort to, quote unquote, do something, instead of just allowing the free market, and then we're not proactively doing something. That seems counterintuitive. That's where you got to study history, and that's where you've got to read Thomas Sowell's book, Conflict of Visions. Great question, Joel.